Loveline is meant for an adult audience. Loveline may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised. This is Loveline. Loveline. With Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Hey, everybody. Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Drew, board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist. Tonight from 24, Roger Cross is here.
Hello.
Good to see you, Roger.
Good to see you too, man.
And tonight, just if I could make a little note here, Adam, tonight you ran the spectrum of all your sort of mispronunciations. Hey, buddy.
Hey, bud.
Hey, buddy. Drew's addiction medicine specialist.
Addiction medicine specialist.
Blah, blah, blah.
I know. Eventually, I'm just going to go full Cajun. Start eating crawfish. You can't articulate yourself any better than that.
Well,
Drinking out of a cider jug.
All your friends have accused you of saying, hey, buddy, every night.
I know. And I do say, hey, everybody, but it sounds like, hey, buddy. Roger is on one of the best shows on TV, which is Fox's 24. And it's one of these shows that seems to have built momentum as the episodes have worn on, mainly through word of mouth.
That seemed to be just peaking at like this year for some
best
reason.
way, though, right?
I sit at a table over at the Jimmy Kimmel Show with a lot of smart, educated guys who get angry when other guys at the table aren't watching 24.
Right.
Violent.
Right.
It's like, did you catch 24? They get that in the Shield. They get angry about it. Did you catch 20? No, I don't. You don't watch. You don't watch 20.
You have an obligation.
Yeah, it's like I haven't seen. Okay, all right. Now, and then if you find out you didn't see the Shield, then this smoke starts coming out of their ears. But there's too much good. There's too many good shows on TV.
That's a strange place to be in, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's not a bad spot.
No, I don't know though. Maybe I don't know. I don't know how many pieces we can whack this pie up into. It seems gladly it seems to be infinite almost. But there's so many networks that have so many good shows, and I take everyone's word for all of it. They're all great. Everyone has their own shows. Although Drew, you need to listen to me when I tell you to watch shows earlier.
It's true. That's for sure true. Like Family Guy.
Family Guy. Also, Roger has a movie coming out on the 22nd of April called King's Ransom. Yes. What is that about?
King's Ransom is a comedy with Anthony Anderson, Jay Moore, Regina Hall, a lot of people. It's about a big music mogul who who is not the nicest guy. So why don't you help me kidnap him?
And
Jay Moore, who plays the guy, the mogul?
Anthony Anderson plays that guy.
Is Roger, by the way, born in Jamaica? Mm-hmm. Good place.
I like
it. Can't get any work done over there, but that's not why you go there. Smoke weed and relax. But here's the thing. I've been to Jamaica one time. Stayed at a very nice resort. You gotta dial down your clock. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't work well for you, Drew, or maybe it's just what the doctor ordered. But you couldn't. You show up there.
Days, yeah.
You order a beer on Monday, shows up Wednesday.
Yeah.
But you can't be like, "Where's the beer? Where's the beer?" Christ, it's been 22 minutes. Just relax. And by the way, you get the beer. It's got a few swigs off the top. It's like it's at the 2/3, but it's like down around where the label is.
I don't know where you stayed, bro.
Stayed at the it's not a resort. There's like a house
compound
there. Where the guy who wrote the James Bond movies stayed or lived.
Right?
The GoldenEye stayed at GoldenEye. It was awesome. Just look out. Yeah. But then you got to come home. That's the thing about vacations. But we had a couple of stone guys around there just, getting drinks and stuff. But I still got a drink coming, by the way.
Still, from then,
It's about 4 years ago. I mean, it's gonna fall 2006 because it had to go in a blender.
Perfect.
Beer take about 3 years. Mixed drinks.
Mixed drinks 4.
Yeah, 3 to 7 years on a mixed drink. All right, what are we doing? What's going on? Oh, you know what? I saw here that Roger has a degree in aviation.
Yes.
Which I'm interested in.
Uh-huh.
What do
He
you
flies a little model
What I
plane.
find? No.
Adam
do.
does.
How dare you make fun of my model plane?
No.
You hear the way you go? Please.
The real deal here. No.
Yeah, do you fly?
Yeah, I do. I had my Class 1 multi-IFR rating. That was my original career.
Really? You're going to be a pilot?
Yep, I have my commercial license still.
How hard is it or difficult to actually work for an airline, fly the kind of jets that people think of as, big commercial 300-seaters, and not do any military stuff? I mean, can you
not have done any military?
Yeah, I don't mean go on raids on the actual plane.
I wasn't sure what he was getting at.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. All right. Now, you know what? How hard is...
Well, what is the route? Would you first fly like the prop stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
The commuter stuff?
So what you do, you start off, single engine airplane, your Cessna 172s.
But you got a degree from a college. Is that part of was flying?
I did. It is Trinity Western University. They have a program that incorporates the flying with whatever you want. So I took a business minor as well. And because all the courses you take meteorology, take calculus, all the different things. So they're
cool.
Wow.
University accredited courses, so it goes towards the degree.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you ended up flying what kind of plane?
I flew some turboprops. I flew like a Seneca. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. Just more small commuter planes. I was just doing like some of that, more like hopping.
The commuter jets or commuter
planes?
Turboprops. Yeah.
Turboprops.
Yeah, and by the way, if you live... did something else, their man show thing on one of those islands somewhere, got into a plane that looked like basically they have planes, you're used to the ones you see around here. They have planes that look like a mailbox that someone took a bat to.
Oh, really?
Essentially, yeah. And the guy who gets off, it looks like Ziggy Marley.
Oh, nice.
Stoned off his ass, shirt's not buttoned up, and it's like...
It's good times.
It is kind of weird when... It's weird when planes become like busted down cabs, which they are in many parts of the world. Yeah. And you don't really even think about it. Like, you'll climb in some rickety old cab thinking, all right, if we get a flat tire, we get a flat tire, But there are planes that are sort of the equivalent to the Bangkok cab.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And you get in them and
No, the good news is you seem to be over mostly water. And the thing seems to be about the size of, like a Sears gardening shed. So you figure like,
it's not going to do too much for us.
We're not going to get any higher than 80 feet off the ground anyway. We'll hit like a plantain or something on the way down. Yeah, it's cool. All right. Well, we got plane stuff to talk about maybe during the commercial break.
Sounds good, man.
I watched Amelia Earhart over the weekend. I was watching the Dam Busters last night on the History Channel.
Dam Busters.
Look at you.
The boat had specially outfitted English aircraft trying to blow up German dams by skipping bombs at them. They didn't bomb. They didn't drop bombs on them. They skipped them along the water.
Wow.
Guys having to fly, 50 feet above the water line, getting caught up in power lines and stuff. It's just crazy stuff.
Scud running.
It's just the stuff that went on. I mean, the freedom. I mean, I guess, people go, well, the only time I feel free is when I'm flying. But now you got the FAA and you're checking in all the time. There's no strafing.
Right.
So, they used to tell these guys in World War II, like, look, after you do you're flying your Mustang, you got your 500-mile-an-hour prop plane there, you just do the bomber escort on the way out. And then on the way back, you just look for targets of opportunity. So you just fly over the countryside. If you see some cows or a train that's pulled, just open up. Just open up on it. And you're just flying around the countryside in your 500-mile-an-hour plane just deciding what to open up on.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, is that ever going to happen again?
No.
No, you get your ass sued. The whole country would be like a class action lawsuit. It'd be Germany versus the United States. It would be held in our courts, but we'd rule against us. We'd lose.
And plus they videotape everything now, too. So,
there he is. That's right.
Yep, we got him.
Justin?
Yeah.
You're 17?
Yeah.
Roger being the Tuskegee Airmen. Prestigious all-black crew. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Justin?
Yeah.
What's happening? You're 17.
Yeah. I was wondering if you could add, like, an addiction to masturbation could affect your sex life with your girlfriend.
Well,
what's he saying?
I don't know. But let me just address whether you can become addicted to masturbation. You definitely can. That's really the pornographic and internet porn addiction, which is one of the more rapidly growing problems today. I actually interviewed a guy for Discovery Health Channel that had this problem and brought in a doctor that specializes in treating this stuff. And there's something like 300,000 people with this a year. And it tends to progress. Like with every addiction, it tends to go on to other things, and it tends towards prostitution, all that kind of
Well, this one, too, you don't have to go out and score. I mean, eventually you get there, but if you have a computer and a high-speed modem,
well, imagine you were 17 and you had that. I mean, forget it.
I'm 40, imagine.
Oh, I see.
Know what I'm saying?
We're getting into it, are we?
Yeah.
I knew you would. I knew you would eventually.
No, I'm not. I can't figure the computer out enough to do that. Plus,
if you ever do, we won't see you anymore. Where's Adam? Oh, well, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Open the door to your front door to your house. A
2 minutes.
sea of semen flows out.
Semen carried down the street. I'm just a skeleton, but I'm still moving.
That's just wrong.
You've actually turned inside out. You've actually
Turn inside out, but I won't stop moving like a chicken with his head cut off. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I don't want to talk to Justin.
Let's have a couple plugs. Speaking of the Discovery Health, I've got looking for people who want to be on television who are hiding sexual secrets from their partner, and or people with fears or aversions that prevent you from being sexual. So, and we're going to do a segment on that. So, if you guys are interested in being on television, call in. We got people that will talk to you.
Mm-hmm. I didn't think Amelia Earhart was that great a pilot.
Who didn't?
The World. I mean, it's
in the day it wasn't.
It's now that they look back on it, they don't look at her as that great a pilot.
Oh, and look better in the day.
But in the day, yeah.
Well, in the day, yeah. I mean, but she was a female.
For what
she didn't need to be that great a pilot. Is that what you're saying?
Hey, you know what? She didn't. When I just sit around, I watch History Channel. That's all I do, and I love airplanes. She never learned. She didn't know Morse code.
Really?
And she wouldn't sort of refuse to learn it, and she didn't want to monkey with her radio either. So on the very last leg of her
that's how she got
around
lost.
the equator flight, they just think that's what did her in.
I would not want to get lost.
No, you got to learn Morse code if you want to fly an airplane.
Thank God those days are done, man. No.
First off, I can't spell as it is. Like I couldn't imagine the Morse code. I can't type. I use a pencil in my mouth like I'm disabled. I couldn't imagine learning it and figuring out what you hold it. It's like 3 quick ones is a C and 2.
No, the classic is 3 long ones is S, 3 short ones is O, and 3 long ones.
Right, but eventually you're spelling words out. Aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, doesn't that take a while?
Yeah, yes, it does.
Well, I mean, I feel that way with sign language when it's like, well, you guys got a word? No, we got letters.
Yeah.
All right, but so if you're saying there's an amendment made to the Constitution, isn't that going to take like 45 minutes?
Oh, no, they have real sign language has words.
They got words?
Yeah.
But they do a lot of spelling with their hands, too, right?
When there are not words, we're not symbols for the word, yes, they'll do.
Yeah, I know they got love and dog and stuff, but what about if you're just, hearing Fox News? How much of that would be words? Symbols for words,
I don't know the answer to that. But at least half, I would think.
But a lot of it they have.
I don't think I don't think they get the full thing. I think it's like the translator after the fight.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't
Something gets lost.
They don't
close
exactly
to.
get the exact question. They just get the gist. Yeah?
Well, you've seen the stuff that gets translated in television when they have that captioned stuff.
Yeah.
It's some of the words are scrambled up.
Yeah.
No,
Person's saying they're typing.
No, there could be no worse job than that.
Yeah.
Courtney?
Well, yeah, there could be.
There could be. Oh, wait a minute. Is it Courtney?
Yes, Courtney.
All right. What's up? 22.
Well, hi, Roger. Nice to talk to you.
Courtney.
I'm recently divorced, separated in September, and I have 2 children. And my current boyfriend, he also has 1 child. I have accepted a position that's about 2 hours from where we currently live, and I'm moving now. And we had decided not to move in together until my divorce was final, which is a good idea.
Yes, it's a good idea.
Well, the problem is I'm not really good with phone relationships, and that's basically how we'll be doing. Is he's not even deciding if he's going to pick up and move ever, and so I don't even know if this is a relationship I should pursue.
Well, if he's never going to move, and you both have
He's
kids,
not giving me an answer though.
Yeah, it doesn't sound good.
Well,
Courtney.
what does he do for a living?
He doesn't.
He
doesn't work?
He doesn't. No.
Why are you with him?
Hey, come on, buddy. What about love?
I'm just saying.
Love does not ask to see a pay stub.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't that settle it?
All right. Courtney?
Yeah, but still.
What are you doing with him? The guy doesn't even have a job.
I have a terrible history of picking guys who treat me like dirt. But this one, he treats me a lot nicer. He's very good to me. He's got a lot of things on his list. He's going to be going back to college and getting his degree first.
AA?
Before
No, his bachelor's. His bachelor's. He has his AA.
And he...
How old is he?
He's 22 as well.
All right.
And he's going back to what college?
To a four-year university.
Which one?
Fresno?
Fresno State.
Yes.
And what is he? What's his plan? And doesn't he have to work in the meantime?
Yes, but I assume it's going to be some side job like Walmart or Target.
No, we're confused. How does he support himself now?
And his kid.
Well, right now, he is being mostly supported by his parents. He actually manages part-time in an apartment complex, so he doesn't pay rent.
Oh, that, by the way.
That's a bad guy.
That's managers. Yeah. I don't know what. I one day, I'm going to really sit down and work out the scuzzball pyramid. I know publicist sits as the stone that rests on the top. And then you start getting into like terrorists and pedophile and stuff like that in the lower echelons. You're not ever gonna dethrone publicists. But there's like attorneys, but the apartment manager, that's a whole dicey crowd right there. That's its own thing.
It's windbreaker
windbreakers on the guys,
plastic glasses.
Yeah, it's a weird. There's whatever. And by the way, whatever rules these guys have to enforce on your thing does not hold true to theirs. They're growing a pot plant.
They're collectors.
Yeah, they're collectors. They're walking around. They're sort of a constant presence. They're sort of
Hall
like
monitor meets
warden, meets pimp, meets homeless guy. It's a weird mishmash of personalities all combined into a crappy ball of clay.
Right now you have all these apartment managers cussing you out right now.
They're really, there's no such thing.
They're just going, yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, they're like, you know what they do? And most of them smoke, and they have to sit out on a folding chair so they can keep an eye out on everything. That's
the older
old
version.
School.
Yeah, that's the 50-plus-year-old guy.
Out smoking.
Because there's two versions. There's the 20, the 30-year-old guy, and there's the 50-plus.
Right.
No 40-year-old guys.
No, that's
35
right.
to
40. There's old and new.
Yeah.
It's like a car show. Got the ultra modern 2006 is over here, concept cars. Then we got vintage stuff from the 40s and 50s. You don't see anything from the mid 80s. No.
They're taking out the 70s.
No.
Yeah.
All right. What were we talking about? I don't trust this guy.
Courtney.
Yeah, Courtney.
Yes.
None of us like this guy.
Yes, I'm.
Well, we don't know him. We don't dislike him, but we just have suspicions that he might be able to have a more fulfilling relationship, let's say. And the fact that you have all these crazy relationships suggests you come from chaos and you've got, maybe some abuse history. It's kind of work on that. Get date a little bit, get some stable relationships going.
Well,
somebody actually cares about you.
You got a good job, right?
Yes, a very good paying job.
All right.
What kind of work?
With the state of California.
I don't like when things pay well that I'm paying for. What are you doing?
I work for Caltrans. I'm an office technician.
All right.
So you got your stuff. You've got it together. You should be able to,
Yeah, you got a kid. You're young. You got a decent gig.
2 kids.
I thought he had one and she had one.
I have 2 children and he has 1.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't like this guy. He's flighty. He's flaky.
And just move on. Focus on your career and your kids. If he comes along, great. If he doesn't, that's the way it goes. You set up your life. That's that. Period.
And a guy like that sounds like he'll probably he won't respond to pressure. So the minute you go, I'm gone, and leave, all of a sudden he'll probably
come or he won't. If he doesn't, it wasn't meant to be. Come on, you're 22. You got a whole life ahead of you. You got 2 kids you got to focus on. You got a decent job. That's your focus, not this guy.
And you're barely done. You're barely done washing the stink of your last failed relationship off you.
Break it down, huh?
Yeah. All right. Well, let me ask you this: you work for Caltrans?
Yes, that's right.
All right, boy, do I have questions. I would love to talk to your idiot boss.
Do you have anything to do with the freeway signs that are here in Los Angeles that light up to give you sort of information about traffic downstream?
Amber alerts, that kind of thing.
No, actually, I do not work in that department. No.
Adam wants to talk to that department.
Yeah, I do.
You can call. There is an 800 number in the phone book, any phone book, and you can call and make a complaint or a request.
I'm sure. All right, I'm sure it's going to fix it all. All right, I want to know about the left turn arrows too that do nothing as well. The ones that turn red.
That's the city.
That's the
city. Oh, I'll tell you. this godforsaken city, more and more.
Culver City.
Well, no, I mean just Los Angeles.
I went down to visit our old studios at Westwood One. Mm-hmm. You have got to take a drive down that street. There's a arrow every 20 yards.
Yeah.
They put like 18 more lights in.
No.
It was distressing. I thought it's like a Christmas, like Vegas. They're all lit up with street lights.
Well, here's what happened. Let me explain. The proud people of the government or the city officials in Culver City. Culver is Culver City. Culver's I think it's an Indian word meaning you rot waiting for the goddamn signal to change when there's no traffic coming, loosely translated, as we talked about earlier. But here's what happened. They spearheaded the whole useless arrow thing. The whole part where the arrow turns green. Roger's a man who likes to fly. You're probably a guy who likes to drive and make a little time, too.
Yeah.
And the whole thing about the left turn arrows in this city is they should turn green and let you turn left. But then they should just go to nothing when your light is green.
When green, yield on oncoming traffic.
That's true.
Yield on oncoming traffic.
Turn when it's safe to turn, just like you did at the intersection before and the one after. Why can't you turn here? So here's the thing. But they turn red. So you just sit there waiting to be T-boned or carjacked by a drunk driver. You just wait to be carjacked, and you have to wait for the thing to cycle again and go through again.
Exactly.
You're just sitting there now. If you drive home at 12:30 at night, like we do, I can see the earth curving,
and
no traffic, and the light is green. I could easily turn, but the arrow is red. But here's what happened, Drew. Culver City, who pioneered the red arrow long before.
I'm not sure they pioneered, but they perfected it. They took it to its extreme.
When we used to work over there 8 years ago, and I was complaining about it, there weren't all over the city. They had the market cornered in the stupid, useless red arrow thing. So what happened? The rest of the city, they stepped it up because the rest of Los Angeles says, why does Culver City get to waste the taxpayers' time sitting there idling for no good reason? What about us? Surely we can rape our citizens as well. Surely we can slow down progress.
And ticket them if they turn.
And ticket them, of course. It's a source of revenue.
Another opportunity, yeah.
Right. And look, here's the thing. People spend an hour and a half of lost productivity time commuting there and back. We'll get it to 2 hours. Come on, everybody. Let's get it to 2 hours. What do you say? So Culver City now became a race war. I mean, an arms race. Sorry, sorry, Rodney.
Oh, yeah, I'm really hurt now.
An arms race, which is, you guys have added more useless left turn red arrows? Aha! We'll add more, even if it just means putting them in between. Actually, you have to make you have to turn left. It's like an octagonal shape now. You go 20 feet, you stop. There's another arrow. You got to go
down there. You got to go down there. That's what's happening.
I'm just saying, Culver City was like, you think you're wasting? See, Culver City's like, we have to lead the nation in wasting the citizens' times rotting at the thing.
They've still got
now that LA City's tried. They made a feeble attempt to catch up to us. Let the real raping of the citizens begin. And Burbank.
Well, Burbank has a different whole strategy. Their thing is you got to be on foot.
Yeah, Burbank's thing is let's not compete with Culver City.
Right.
They got a 10-year jump on the US. But what we need to do is really rape the citizens who are on foot. That'll be our forte. Let's not compete with the crappy, useless left turns. We'll get everyone who's walking, everyone who jaywalks, everyone who bicycles.
So if you step on a street or not on the curve before the lights start blinking, pow,
God
ticket.
bless you. Smart.
And then there's
Genius,
Hollywood,
Burbank.
who has cornered the parking ticket.
That's right.
Nailed it.
Right.
So each has their expertise. It's fantastic.
Yes.
That's right. They're working so hard.
But of course, they have to establish themselves because they know they can't compete with Culver.
No, nobody competes in the aero department with Culver City. God bless you, retards. Idiots. And by the way,
he'll be camped out next time he comes to town.
Roger, I drive through every single one of them, and I
You know what? I was sitting here listening to you talk about sitting here at 12:30 at night waiting, and I'm like, I'm getting this man doesn't wait for that red light.
Never. And I'm not lying. I'm not. If you could do retro tickets,
you got 8,000.
Thousands. Yeah. F all you idiots. I'm not some lemming. I'm not a stooge. I'm just driving through it. There's no traffic. I'm turning left.
Well, Adam will go around the guys waiting in line, and they have to give him the honk to let him know he's doing something wrong.
Oh, of course.
Because he doesn't know he's breaking the law.
Here's the thing. I can point my car toward a building and accelerate into it anytime I want, you idiots. I don't do it. it's not safe. I drive the car. All right, anyway, all I'm saying is everyone please join me in ignoring these god-awful left turn arrows, or let the powers that be synchronize them or work them out or figure them out. Do they have to be that way 12:30 at night when there's no traffic?
Whatever happened to the blinking red? Remember that one?
Stop
Blink
and proceed.
red. Yeah, we'll just blink red or blink yellow in the middle of the night.
All right, it is, these people are...
I'm still pissed at Hollywood for entrapment.
All right, listen, I'm going. You know what I'm doing? I'm going to get some land in Plentywood, Montana. I got a lot of canned food stored and a lot of munitions,
Let's go.
we're just going over there, and we need some women too because we got to start repopulating. But we're just doing our own thing. Roger, come on out. You can fly the puddle jumper.
You got it.
We're going back and forth into Alaska for ammunition and stuff we can't find here in the States. Pemmican, stuff like that. Halibut, dried halibut. It's going to be a community. It's going to be awesome. No rules. My rule.
I was just going to say.
My rule. But that, come on, those are cool. All right, Roger Cross here tonight from Fox's 24. Monday nights, 9 o'clock. We'll take a quick break. Be right back after this. All right, buddy, it's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Roger Cross is here tonight.
Hey.
One of the stars of 24. Big hit on Fox. Gathering momentum. Bigger this season than ever. And 9 o'clock Monday nights. Also got a movie coming out April 22nd. Little something called King's Ransom. And an aviation buff.
Pilot.
Tell you, man. You know, for Roger, when he's in the air, it's the only time he's free. For me, it's when I'm dancing.
And when you're flying airplanes.
I'm flying model. The only time I'm really free is when I'm dancing.
Yeah, I've seen
That's when I feel free.
Those are tricky, though, man. Those model planes, they're incredible.
Yeah. No, they are. They better be, or I'm a retard, because I've crashed like 10 of them. No, some pilots do fly those model planes, and they say it's more difficult, but less at stake, but more difficult. Well, the thing about the model plane is when it's flying at you, right is left and left is right, and then when it goes past you, it changes again.
Wow.
You got the little stick. You don't have.
That's
you're not
weird.
sitting in it.
And you can't feel it.
You can't feel it.
You can feel it. You can adjust. You can react, right?
I just do. You lose it, dude. You can't tell where you are. I mean, you don't know what. Yeah. Jets go like 300 miles an hour.
I know, somebody's going to
nerds out there wearing helmets,
flying right through somebody.
I can't believe it doesn't happen every day. All right, gotta go.
I'm still looking for people that are hiding sexual secrets from their partners and people with aversions that want to talk.
Me too. Gained 30 pounds since becoming a night watchman.
No.
Kevin,
9'3".
All right. Kevin.
Yep.
Trust me on that one.
21.
Yeah.
Why? It's been on hold for 60 minutes.
Yeah, well, so's Kevin.
All right, go ahead, Kevin.
I'm a big fan of you guys' show, by the way.
Thanks.
Anyways, I have a question about this girl that I've been with, like, off and on for the past 7 years.
Since you were 14, wow.
Yeah. We're both disabled, actually. I'm visually impaired, and she has, I guess it's the condition where she's visually impaired and in a wheelchair, too. And,
say that again? Whoa, I didn't hear that. She's visually impaired and what?
In a wheelchair.
In a wheelchair.
Why is she in a wheelchair?
What?
Why is she in a wheelchair?
Oh, she has this condition. I'm not sure exactly the name of it. But it's like her nervous system is deteriorating.
Oh, my.
Yeah, so pretty much everything is going, like, kind of slowly, you know what I mean?
Jeez.
But anyways, we're having this problem now where she lives with a roommate. And
hold on a second.
Yeah.
I got questions. Now, you say visually impaired.
Yep.
We've gotten into this before because blind people don't like to be called blind.
But visually impaired
to me,
is not
visually
blind.
impaired means, well, you can't drive, or I hold the hand and it's fuzzy, or I can't see things far away. But is visually impaired blind?
It's, well, I'm legally blind. I do have some vision, but...
You do?
Yeah,
you do.
I'm not, like,
okay.
fully blind.
And is she fully blind?
No.
Okay. All right. So she's in a wheelchair. Does she have use of her arms?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't know.
You're not describing a medical syndrome that makes sense.
Why?
It just doesn't make sense.
Spina bifida would work?
Spina bifida would work, but that's not a progressively degenerative process.
Oh, it isn't? I don't know.
I don't know that.
How'd you come up with spina bifida? How'd you come up with that?
You said it.
I started to say it, but I don't think I said it.
Oh, well, now
Smarter
it's scary because
we're,
it's...
You've been working together a long time.
Yeah,
I was wondering where you picked it up.
Hold on, you've been thinking about killing Engineer Chris, or is that just me? Or is that you thinking it and put it in my brain?
Huh?
Either way,
it's in my brain.
Either way, he's got to go.
I heard spinal bifida from
You did.
Spinal
yeah.
bifida.
All right.
Spina bifida.
Yes.
Sorry.
Spina bifida.
That's by the way what makes Chris a junior college student, because you said spina bifida, but he heard spinal bifida.
I know. So, Kevin, what's the question?
Well, she's living with this roommate now, and she's been abused kind of in the past, like when she was younger, both physically and I guess she was raped too once or twice.
Who raped someone in a wheelchair?
I'm not sure. I think, well, one of her family members did at one point.
Hey, Kevin, you've been with her for 7 years. You've not asked her who did that to her?
Yeah, I know who did it to her. I just don't want to give out too much information.
All right,
It's either the world's worst guy or the world's laziest guy.
But anyway, so now we've been, off and on together, and now she's in this apartment with a roommate, and they're really good friends, and they get along pretty well for the most part. But she, I guess, hit her once or twice. A couple of times.
Is she a roommate, or is she like an attendant?
She's a roommate.
The roommate hit her.
Yeah. But anyway...
All right, hold on a second. We got a powwow here. There's something going on.
Yeah, doesn't it almost sound like not bogus, but that it's a confabulation on the behalf of her girlfriend. Because what is in it for the roommate to hit this woman?
Yeah.
There's nothing in it for her, right?
Or is she abusive, or is she like,
unless she's on drugs and is just sort of acting out crazily?
I don't want to. I would like to imagine that we don't live in a world where roommates smack their roommates or are confined to a wheelchair and have a seeing disorder, have a eye problem. But something's going on here, because she has a disease that he doesn't really know about, even though they've known each other for 7 years. She was abused sexually.
But vague.
The whole wheelchair thing, and this almost feels like whatever's going on with her may be going on in her mind as well as her body.
Oh, for sure.
And maybe even her mind controlling her body. The wheelchair is a little bit extreme for that. Yeah.
Let's ask more questions.
All right, who are we talking to?
Kevin, yeah.
Kevin.
Yep.
What, you don't know the name of her disease?
No, I don't. I don't think she does either, because I don't think the doctors have actually classified it. It's just they said her nervous system is deteriorating.
Really?
No.
They usually put a name.
No, there'd be a name to it.
Or it becomes like a comment. Your name gets on it.
Right. It gets a doctor's name on it.
Yeah, my whole thing is I don't want to go by horrible disease, but if I do, I don't want it to be Lou Gehrig's.
Right.
I want to go by the Ace Man.
Ace Man syndrome, yes.
They were actually telling her that she wasn't supposed to live past, like, certain ages. Like, at one point, they told her she wasn't going to live past 18 and stuff like that.
Yeah. But what has she got? If they're going to prognosticate that way, they know what the syndrome is. That's how they can.
How would they know it?
Yeah, sounds like an episode of House.
Yeah, really.
All right, anyway, so she's got this thing. She's an abuse survivor, and abuse is continuing to be perpetrated upon her. What about this roommate? What's her deal?
They're living together.
Yes, I get that. Wait, Adam, you got that?
Hold
roommate?
on a second. Hold on.
What about the roommate?
This is news.
What about this roommate? And?
Lives together. They living together.
Yeah, that's as much information as I need, I guess.
Hold on. Kevin.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Is there any, are you attending junior college at this
No,
point?
but I might be in the future.
Oh, yes.
I know what you think about that.
He's looking forward to junior college.
Yes. Come on, buddy. I smell potential.
Kevin, what is the roommate a drug addict? That
I don't think so.
Well, what kind of animal would hit someone in a wheelchair?
Yeah.
I don't know.
For no reason.
She seems like a really, really nice person. Like, I've met her, and she was...
Have you ever seen her?
So is it possible your friend is sort of confabulating this, or sort of a little...
I don't know, because I've never seen it, but she just...
okay.
Yeah, I'll put money on that one.
Here's the thing. You don't want to kick people when they're down. Your friend seems like they have physical and emotional problems.
Yes, which often go together. But she sounds like a professional victim.
Yes,
and that she is creating some chaos in her wherever she goes.
And Kevin, I'm not sure what are you trying to save her? Do you have romantic interests in her?
Yeah,
What's
I do.
up?
I want to stay with this girl, but she's kind of relying on this roommate because she needs someone to take care of her right now, and I'm pretty far away from her.
Well, now, wait a minute. Whoa. So the roommate is an attendant. She's not just a roommate. She's somebody that's been... Well,
didn't Drew ask that like what seems like an hour ago?
Yeah, I guess so. Sorry, but I guess he kind of figured that she does help her with like using the bathroom and stuff like that.
Okay.
Well, okay, we still can't figure out. Okay, here's the question: does the roommate wear funky white shoes?
I don't know. I can't see that well.
Does the roommate get paid to accompany your friend and take care of her?
Yeah, she does. I think so. To some extent.
Well,
that's not a roommate.
That's a nurse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I understand people have roommates that don't wipe their ass.
Right.
Mine did. I just got lucky.
I wasn't wiping at him.
Well, that's what he called it.
I don't need to know all that.
Yeah, he said, look, it's you use a bottle brush. You really want to get it clean. You know what, Drew?
And that wasn't a bottle brush.
I'm going to look at... You know what? I'm looking into all of this. You're right, buddy.
I'm telling you.
My goodness,
your
you're...
back.
You know what?
Yeah.
Yep, it just came into focus.
Yeah. Didn't have bristles on it.
No.
Well, not most of the time.
No, it was a smooth bottle brush. It was kind of plunger shaped.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, and I can still feel the guy's beer on my back. I still feel it. Thank God he used one of those beer koozies. So it wasn't ice cold. It was
nice.
A little foam rubber on it.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's what you call a gentleman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Sir Walter Robb.
Absolutely.
All right. Kevin, oh, boy.
All right, Kevin. So stay with her. I don't know what you want from us. I doubt that attendant is actually abusive to her. But keep an eye on it. If you need to report, there are lots of laws in place to protect people from caretakers. And if you believe you're even suspicious, call Adult Protective Services. They can help you out.
Yeah.
I hate to bring that up if she's in a stable situation that's working for her, because she sounds like somebody that gets a little delusional about these things.
And what about her parents and family and all that? Oh, yeah.
And Drew, what about like the nurse who is not prepared to make the commitment of mercy killing, but just wants to get into sort of mercy abuse?
Just a little smacking around.
Just hang around.
Yeah, I know.
But look, my grandmother is in a wheelchair, and once in a while there's that I got to get her out of the car and into the wheelchair thing, and it's like you grab onto their foot and you're like trying to lift it out, and it's like and it's like
right, and then you've been abusing me, hurt me.
The neighbor thinks I'm beating the crap out of her.
Right.
No, I mean I backhand her when she yells, but she started in my screaming.
Well, so I'm saying.
Scared the hell out of me, and then made me ashamed of me. No, but it's true. If you're helping someone on and off the toilet, and they have, they hurt. Their skin's coming off them and stuff.
It's tough. And they're going to hurt moving around.
Oh, these people, by the way, who get $10 an hour for changing the diaper and pulling them out of bed and getting them in a wheelchair. Oh, I could only. I mean, these people need. There's the list of people that make more money than they do, like parking enforcement personnel or meter maid, who you guys kidding. You know what I'm saying? That's the list that is above them. Yeah. Oh, they need a raise. Mm-hmm. Hey, you want to talk about someone who needs a tip jar? Forget about the guy at the bagel shop or the coffee shop.
You've had those conversations
need a tip jar.
with your grandma. You know how that
it's awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's great. Yeah, my grandmother's real liberal, but here's the thing about super liberal people. They like to just whine, but they never bust out their wallet. It's just a lot of whining. Like I go, got a new sports car, Grandma, and she'll go, Delia lives in an apartment with 26 kids and has to use a cooler for a coffee table. And I'm like, all right, well, why don't you give her a raise? Hell no.
There you go.
Well, then shut up. Bethany?
Yes.
22?
Hey, how you doing?
What's up?
We better take a break.
All right. Let's see. You're 22. Something. Oh, you got big boobs?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I do.
What size?
34D.
What? 34D?
Mm-hmm.
We're at him. That's right in there for you.
That's nice. Yeah. Bouncy too. What's the rest of you like?
5'7", 108 pounds.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah.
Wow, my penis just got heavier. It's gained a pound. Got up to 1 pound, 2 ounces. All right. All right, Bethany, hold on a second.
Okay.
That novelty, that small back, that sort of small frame, and the big D cups. Yeah, that's hard to say no to. Tell you what, and that's why you got to focus on that number as well, because that's a 34D.
So you want, for your world, it's 34 and under.
Well, it doesn't really go any much under 34.
Oh, really? So that's...
Yeah, but here's what I'm saying. You hear these chicks talking about, no, I'm a brick house. I'm a 42D. Well, that just means... Yeah, you're built like Dennis Franz with a set of knockers on you. I don't need that big back, Yeah. All right.
Are these real?
They are. They better be. I'm gonna be angry. Roger Cross here tonight. Fox is 24, 9 o'clock Monday nights. We'll take ourselves a quick break. Be right back after this. Hey, everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Roger Cross here tonight from 24. Fox. Monday nights, 9 o'clock. And got a little movie coming out called King's Ransom. It's coming out on April 22nd.
When did the acting start? When did that go from aviation to acting?
Well, I was flying model planes. I'm sorry.
Early 90s.
Something you always wanted to do, or just something by accident?
I did it like in school. Did in high school and took, drama in college and enjoyed it just for fun. And I remember they had Black Monday in 1989. The stock market crashed.
Yeah.
And, of course, the aviation industry is the first one hit.
Right.
And so, young pilot trying to get a job, doing some charter work and occasionally and trying to, make ends meet, working at a bar, that sort of thing.
Right.
And then, I got this. Someone said, they need some people to do some, play some basketball and do some stunts on Jump Street. I was like, yeah, that's
Jump
fun.
Street.
I did that. And I thought, this is all right. I like it. So in my spare time, I thought, let me go back to Breck Academy. Went to Breck Academy and studied acting there.
I make shampoo there. Yeah. Yeah, it's so easy.
So, and then, I just kind of transitioned from there, started doing it more and more. And
do you, now, how often do you fly? Do you still, not for a living, obviously, but do you still get out and do your thing?
Not right now. I'm under contract. And
oh, really?
They won't let you?
Yeah.
Insurance reasons?
Yeah, insurance reasons.
Wow.
Yeah. Plane goes down, you work that right into the script.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Now they'll find a way.
No, I'd be like, yeah, Roger, no, you can fly. You just got to, we got to bring camera with you in case something goes bad. We got 3 episodes. All right, let's...
Bethany, your buddy. Let's go get her back on.
Bethany, yeah.
Surprised you weren't anxious, chomping to get back at her.
Hey, I like flying, too. Bethany?
Hey.
22, 5'7", 108. 34D.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, what's, yeah?
I used to be like a 34B to C, and then once I started birth control, I just went up to, a good-sized D. And so I was wondering if there are other kinds of birth control. I'm already on, the low-hormone pill. If there's other
really? Even on the low hormone, this happened to you?
Yeah.
Well, the alternative would to go on the progestational types of pills, like the Depo-Provera shot or the ultra mini dose pills, that kind of thing.
Trying to get her up to a double D?
Yeah. But, you might, and some women... you got to be really careful with the Depo-Provera. You ever taken that, the Depo shot?
No. Mm-mm.
That will make you have essentially continuous bleeding for 3 months and then no period after that for as long as you take the shot, basically. Some women get kind of dry and shut down sexually from that, but some women, it goes the other way. And you might be one of those that, do you have any other side effects from the estrogen in the pills?
No.
Just the breast growth.
The breast
you don't want the 5'8", 5'7", 109ers with the D cups drying up. You know what I mean? It's like pulling a spark plug wires off a Ferrari or something. You don't want the ones that would dry up.
It's unsettling. Yeah.
Now some of the mamas we got calling from Riverside, big loads, they'd go ahead and dry themselves up. The society's not gonna miss them, but it's a crying shame to see. It's like drying up Bethany. It's like an athlete having a horrific injury in his prime. You know what I mean? It's a shame.
Bethany, do you have a boyfriend now?
I do. Yeah.
Everything going okay?
Yeah. Things are good.
All right. What are you doing? You're calling from Santa Barbara. You going to school?
Yeah, I'm a secretary.
Nice. I like that. Hot secretary. See you in a Playboy. All right.
No
so what you got to do, Drew?
So have you tried progesterone pills? Like on the shot?
I haven't.
Okay, talk to your doctor about that, because if you're already on a low-dose pill and having all those estrogen effects, you may have to switch all the way over to the progesterones. Okay?
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Good times. Good attitude. Big cans.
There are other kinds of estrogens out there, too. You might talk to your doctor about the pill. With some estrogen, there's different types of estrogens.
All right, we're going to talk to Frank over here. He's 23. Frank?
Hey, what's going on, Adam?
What's happening, Frank? You gained 30 pounds since you became a night watchman?
Yeah, man, it really sucks.
What do you do? You're just sitting around snacking, huh?
Pretty much. I got this job to help me get through school, and I'm working in a new high-rise down in my city. And originally we used to be able to walk around the building, check to make sure everything was all locked up and tidy. But when they installed cameras, now we have to sit at a desk and, buzz people into the building and just sit around.
Yeah, you get one of those Thigh Masters. Yeah.
And you want
how many hours do you work?
You wouldn't believe it, but every paycheck I'm working 128 hours.
What? 120. There's not that many in a week, is there?
Well, see, this is what I do. It's 8 hours every day, Monday through Friday, and then I work 12 hours Saturday, and then I work 12 hours Sunday.
That's 64.
Yeah.
Bi-weekly.
120 hours for 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm like,
all right. Well, he is a security guard, isn't he? Engineer Chris goes to school 3.5 hours a week, so take that. All right.
I spoke to you guys a couple years ago. I called in. I had a problem with the man boobs.
Mm-hmm.
And I started working out and getting myself in shape, and I lost close to, 50 pounds, and I was...
closer to 60, I think.
You need to do that again.
All right, here's the thing. Oh, look,
Very
do
simple.
the math, everyone.
Yeah.
Don't sit around and snack. Try to move around a little bit. I know you got a job, but you're sitting around. You got to move when you're not at work.
That's right.
well, yeah.
And not eat when you are at work.
Yeah.
Or even if you're there, bring something in, do squats, do whatever.
And also, we get on a proper diet. I mean, you won't be as prone to eat carbohydrates if you're on a nice, eat real food, fruit and vegetables.
You sit there and do those Kegel exercises. Just
where you get that perineum cracking nuts. And it's not supersize me. We'll talk about that when we get back. Also,
right.
I got to talk to people who are hiding sexual secrets from their partner and who have sexual fears and aversions who are willing to help me on a television show. Call in.
Roger Cross here tonight from 24. We'll take a quick break. Be right back after this. Hey, everybody, it's the Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-19-1er. Who's coming in here?
Pepper, Louis the 14th, Nikki Ziering, your favorite.
She's a delight.
Yeah.
Roger Cross here tonight from a real TV show. Yeah.
A real hit TV show.
Just a real show. None of that deep cable crap.
Like you and I are doing?
Yeah, like us.
Hey, speaking, I've got to talk to people tonight. One more time. Hiding sexual secrets from your partner or fears and aversions that prevent you from having happy sex. Call in. I want to talk to you.
No one's going to talk about hiding sexual secrets.
Right, that's what I thought, too. Right. We can hide you in a booth so you people can't identify you. Like the way we used to do in Loveline.
Yeah, they don't care about people.
Jerry Springer finds them.
It's not people identifying you. It's your old lady identifying you. That's the only one you care about.
Electronically modify your voice and all that good stuff.
They do that once in a while. I never.
That'd be the worst way to find something out. I'm serious.
Yeah,
I'm amazed there aren't more murders.
I agree
when I see those shows.
Mm-hmm.
I like it when they just give the guy a fake name. We're calling him Andy. Don't call him anything if you're not going to give me his real name. It's not like they use it either. It's not like, Andy, when did you be...
They'll change his name, but he's from Seattle, and he lives on Washington Street now, Okay.
Oh, I'll tell you the show, that Hookers on the Point, that show on
HBO.
Showtime or HBO. Yeah. When the poor guy... Now, they mic up the hookers who climb into the guys' cars. They don't have cameras. They don't show the Johns. They don't show the guys who go solicit. But they show the guy pull up in the 89 Maxima with the bondoed out rear fender, and all they do is fuzz out the license plate. Now, plus, you hear the guy's voice. I mean, if they're old ladies watching the show, they know the guy's driving the 89 rust-colored Acura with the bondoed up left fender, and they hear the guy begging for
voice.
And plus, they hear the guy's preference. Come on, how much for a thumb in me? It's like they know that's the guy because he's the thumb guy, right? I mean, that's the whole thing. Like Drew, your old lady would know immediately what
with the thumb. Oh, with the thumb thing immediately.
Well, whatever your thing is.
Talking about Jamaica, it's an interesting thing. We've had Jamaican bands in here over the years, and there were two sort of cultural things that came just flying out about their sexual stuff. One was, at least this a few years ago, a real aversion to homosexuality.
True.
I mean, like, woo.
I know it's pervasive in a lot of the music and stuff too. Yeah, it's true.
I mean, like violent.
It's the only thing they're not laid back about.
But the other thing was sex during menses. They had a whole thing about that, like the soul was going to be stolen or something.
Soul was going to be.
Something weird was going to happen. The devil
Drew, that's insulting.
No, but they really had this sort of.
Well, it goes back to the old biblical thing. People like religion feeling that that's the impure time and being with a woman can make you impure. All that sort of thing.
See the stuff I remember. Yeah.
It's biblical. It's a biblical thing.
So they say.
I'm an atheist, but that's one doctrine I go by.
The impure time. Yeah. You're not.
Listen, I don't know what culture. I mean, I'm trying to think. I think
there's a fear of you guys on my show.
Yeah,
fear and aversion of having sex during menses, you pussies.
Oh, Drew.
Oh, Drew. We don't need to know that much about your life.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. Drew's a man of passion. Poor women. Here's the thing. couple things. Drew is basically, he is like a junkie when you say, no, a sexual junkie, sex junkie, where you say something like, my God, you're using a needle that you saw the guy use it, but right before you didn't sterilize it, or you're scoring stuff you don't know where it comes from. No, what I'm saying is you go, the guy, it's like, that's the disease.
Right.
What you take chances.
I understand the implication.
No, but Drew, you are so passionate.
That would imply, though, that I would have sex with other people.
No, I'm not saying that. I just mean that your passion rivals that of the junkiest junkie. What I mean is, you have a passion, and when you have a passion,
things will get in the way.
Yeah, it's sort of what it is what you watch Survivor, and it's like, oh, look what they're eating. Oh, there were flies. No. When you're hungry, when you're really hungry, you don't care if a fly landed on a piece of coconut or something. You're putting it in you.
Exactly.
You know, you're on an island. You're on an island of poontang, and you're hungry. You know what I mean?
So whenever you can get.
Yeah, I'm more like, I'm in a casino. I like some, but I'll go by the buffet and fill up. I'm not desperate. You know what I'm saying? True, passionate. Passion Island. That's a good TV. That's a good late night Cinemax. Passion Island, starring like Brandy Marie.
Remember the old Thompson Twins song, Passion Planet?
No, that's you, Drew. Whichever one you're on, that's what it becomes. Randy?
Yeah.
Yeah, 19. What's going on?
My fiance has problems when she kisses me. She has flashbacks. Her dad hitting her.
Whoa!
I was just wondering what.
Turn your radio off, Randy.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Has she been treated for post-traumatic stress disorder?
She doesn't want to tell anybody.
Well, it's good that she'd tell somebody, Randy, because this is not going to get better. You're not going to fix it.
Her dad abused her by hitting her?
Abused her, hitting her. She told me that she was raped too.
Yes. That's
why the kissing.
Yeah, by dad.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
that's heavy
I
stuff.
really don't like her dad now, but
I know, but that's got to be treated.
Give him a chance,
Randy. That's got to be treated. It's good that she have a stable relationship with you, but this is going to be like riding a bucking bronco.
Right.
Yeah.
Boy, Drew's close to the F word there.
Yes.
Hey, Randy.
Yeah.
You need to not get married too quickly.
Yeah.
Take it easy, but get her some professional help. I can't say that strongly enough.
At 19, man, your life changes so much over the next few years.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yep.
You want to slow down. If you're going to be together forever, if you're going to be together forever, you'll be there.
Hey, what about kids?
Oh, we're going to wait for that, too, definitely.
Yeah.
They're already talking about kids?
Are you using birth control?
She was.
She was? Why isn't she now?
I'm using condoms.
All right. You better use them fastidiously, diligently,
yes.
Routinely.
There you go. Keep getting easier. Like all the time, dude. Here's the thing.
Thank you.
Randy. First off, your work is cut out for you because women that were abused this way.
This is wholesale abuse. This is big time
sexual and physical abuse.
To have flashback just with kissing. It's one thing is a flashback during sex, but she gets contacted, flashes back.
All right.
That is bad time.
How old is she?
Hold on a second. Randy, how old is she?
17.
Whoa.
You're 19?
Yeah.
You're getting engaged, or you are engaged.
Yeah, we're going to wait like 3 or 4 years until she turns like 23 to get married.
All right, 7 years. Good.
It's a promise. It's a promise thing.
Fine.
Right, I understand.
Get her 7 years of therapy in the meantime.
I don't see if we can squeeze 9 years into that 7.
Yeah.
This whole thing, it's such an adolescent move, just that impulse of like, we're not ready to get married, but we are going to get engaged because we want to commit to each other in the 9th grade. It's such a white trash move. It really suggests you're not ready to get married for 10 years. Mm-hmm. And by the way, why don't you fill out a job application for when you're in the 4th grade?
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, it's insecurity. It's like I can't imagine. We got to lock this in so there's no chance that she's straight.
It'll go.
No, I'll tell you what'll work better. Liquid nitrogen.
Yeah.
You just you put her
freezer. Yeah.
Put her in freezer. Yeah. You just thaw her out.
That's basically
years.
what this is.
It's an attempt at it. But here's the thing. Meanwhile, a couple kids are crapped out, and then it doesn't work out so well because the condom didn't get used at the theater. Here's the thing. When somebody was sexually and physically abused by their father, it takes a lot of therapy to make them right. It doesn't mean they're bad, but but not, to say that they're not damaged in some way, shape, or form is being horribly naive and unfair to the person that needs fixing.
It's not even a psychological damage. It is a brain damage. The wiring is affected by that kind of trauma, and it needs to be dealt with.
And you are just as negligent, or we are, as a society, ignoring this as if the kid came down with diabetes at 13.
Right.
They need to be tended to.
Right.
End of discussion. And there's certain things they can't do. They can't go camping without their insulin, and they can't have kids at 16 and 17 because they're horrible parents.
But what these kids will do is have kids and create lawsuits.
Right.
That's the other thing. Those are the two things they do best.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but could this lead to a violent reaction from her possibly one day?
It will be a special kind of violence. It will be a chaos. She's not likely to be. They don't usually really truly violently act out. But they sort of act out in a way they might as well be violent because the chaos they create.
Lots of kids, lots of instability, hooking up with guys that get violent. With the guys do the damage. See, now what they do.
They make somebody else do it for them.
The woman doesn't actually physically abuse the kids. They just bring the fox into the hen house. They just they leave the door open.
And make sure that they get
meet
abused
a guy
too.
and bring them in.
They
get abused. Fox takes a bite out of them too. But they go out and find the alcoholic, pedophile, abuser guy and bring them back in.
They're attracted to that because that's what Dad was.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's perfect. And we seem to be the only guys on the planet who either know this or talk about it. Everyone else is, hey, you got to pull yourself up by your bootstraps and get busy.
You got to choose to stop this.
You got to choose.
You're going to choose to stop those flashbacks because I can choose to rewire my brain. Just will it into place. No problem.
And you got to remember what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger.
Oof.
Yeah, just a whole adolescence full of nice sexual abuse. That'll make you stronger.
Oh yeah,
because your heart's beating. You're alive.
Dead.
Made you stronger. Yeah, it's just like horrible burns.
Well,
you get burned over 90% of your body makes you stronger.
Yeah.
It's like Howard Hughes when he got in that plane crash.
Made him stronger.
When he was done, after 6 months in the hospital, he was stronger.
And then how about the severe depressions that occur and the suicide?
Stronger.
It
didn't kill you, Drew. It made you stronger.
Well, you kill yourself, but...
No, I agree with you. You got to choose to get better. Everyone's got to choose. Jamie?
Yeah.
Hold on a second. I can't choose for you. I like that. I like super obvious blowhardy guy. Listen, people, I'd be lying to you if I told you that I could choose for you. There's only one person in this room who can choose for you, and that person is you. Super blowhardy guy. I got a ponytail and huge calves. I don't get laid, but I pretend like I do, and I got a leather fanny pack. Who wants some? That's right. And I could take all of you. I get the first punch in. Yeah. You got to choose. And I like this one, too. I'm not going to be at your house. I'm not your mommy. I'm not your wet nurse. I'm not your girlfriend. I'm not going to show up every day and get you out of bed and tell you got to choose. No, you got to choose to choose. And choose.
Jamie.
It's like a Rolos commercial.
Did you see the guy?
Remember the Rolos commercial?
No.
There are lots of chewy Rolos in a roll for you if you're choosy about what you choose.
Yes.
Real milk chocolate and caramel, too. To chew. All right.
Did you see that woman that talked down that guy that shot everybody in court the other day?
Open the Bible.
Yeah, it was interesting. That was very interesting. I didn't quite know what that
shot
was.
everyone, went on a rampage.
You do hear that kind of thing somehow that somebody gets. Richard Ramirez, same thing. Remember, he
got talked down.
He didn't kill this one woman, and she was one able to identify him.
Yeah.
It's like, what is that? We do affect one another. We do affect one another. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. I wouldn't have the Watchtower or the Bible or anything. It's like, I got Girls Gone Wild and a black and white tape of me playing high school football. Which one? Shooting starts. Yeah.
And he takes your videos.
That's right. Okay. Jamie?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, baby. You're depressed?
Huh?
Are you depressed?
I'm not depressed, but I'm not happy.
All right, well, go ahead.
All right. There's this radio DJ that I've been kind of sort of seeing on and off, but not really because we don't really get to spend a lot of time with each other, which kind of gets me too. But,
Ooh, crazy.
Yeah. He sits there, and it's like one day he's all into me, and the next day I might as well not even be there.
And so I'm insecure about that. And then on top of that, I go to call him today, and
What? Go to what?
Call him.
I called him today, and there was another girl with him, and it's like the first thing that popped in my head was, I never get to spend time with you, but there's another girl there. Who is she?
How old is he?
How old is he?
Yeah.
25.
This is not a good relationship for you, for many, many, many reasons. Not the least of which is that this is a radio guy. Yes.
Hey, it's 8:29, 29 after clock. How about a Hummer? I'll tell you what, I got a girl over there. It's 8:29, 29. We got ourselves a Savage Garden superset coming up at the top of the hour. But first, we got to pay some bills. My good friends over at Galpin Ford.
We've been around radio.
It's dealing days over at Galpin. Yeah?
We've been radio for 10 years.
Yeah.
Right. It's not like we don't know what we're talking about.
No, the radio people are horrible. The guys on the air are horrible. The people off the air are stupid. Except for engineer Chris. But,
excuse me.
Anderson, oh, yeah, and Anderson. That's right. And Ann. Who else is here tonight?
Lauren, maybe.
All right, Lauren, if she's listening. So, Jamie.
Well, Jamie, so it's not, we worry about who this guy is, especially the young guys that are on radio. They meet a lot of people. He's not your boyfriend. He's never said that he is. You want more from the relationship. You're not going to get it. You're just sitting in this state of longing that you're never going to get out of. And you have to really take a good hard look at things. If that state of longing to be with somebody is something you need to be in, that's bad news. If you don't need that and you want a real relationship, then get on with it and find a real relationship.
Well, see, I understand. I understand that, but why, if it's not going to go anywhere? Every time I call the station and somebody else answers besides him, it's like, is this his girlfriend? Hold on a second.
Yeah, that's you looking for something that's...
Well, that's him looking for something.
Yeah, he's a bad guy, yeah.
I don't know.
He may have multiple girlfriends, Jamie. You don't want to be that girl.
Girlfriend number 28, you're on the air.
Yeah, come on. Get on. Have you had boyfriends in the past?
Yeah, actually.
Right. Has that gone okay?
Well, I'm actually in the middle of a custody battle right now. Yeah.
With another bad guy.
Yeah.
Nice. So you like bad guys?
I
guess. What do you have? How old's your kid?
3. She is 16 months old.
16 months old.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a she. Good.
Stripper.
We get a stripper instead of a violent criminal. It's awesome. No, seriously. For her, for you, for us, for everybody. Come on. I mean, imagine. Let's do some math. Just imagine if every chick, every time a horrible young person crapped out a kid, was a girl. It would just be a booming porn industry, the strippers, all that. It would be awesome. No, but when prisons wouldn't fill up, the clubs would fill up. Yeah, it'd be awesome. They couldn't make poles fast enough. Like the guys over at like Acme stripper pole manufacturer be like, we're burning the midnight oil. We got
wartime production.
Yeah, we got. Oh my God, it'd be recycling programs,
posters with women working at the poles.
That's right. And all the other industries.
What
the
did
guys,
they call Sally? What would they call the worker?
Rosie the Riveter. All the ancillary industries too. The guys who made pole wax, the pole mounting brackets,
chroming industry,
galvanizing,
sanitizers,
through the roof. The strip. I think about the strip club, and once in a while, there's like a strip club version of a Zamboni. But it's a Mexican chick usually. They come running out and they wipe everything down. It's like the guy follows the elephants when the circus comes to town. And whenever I see that poor chick run out, she's always a chick with the big ass who's a little too old, and she comes running out there and she's got some Windex and a roll of paper towels. She's giving, she's putting a little Purell on the pole. And she's giving the glass a wipe down because the chick's got her cheek marks on the glass. And I always say to whoever's next to me, I would rather my daughter strip than be the rodeo clown that runs in and mops up after. I swear to God, at least she may have her shirt off, but she's got her dignity. I'll tell you that. This one has to come in and wipe the place down.
Weren't we talking earlier about a job like that? The show is getting started.
We have discussed it. I think we haven't discussed it for years, but they got to run in, they got to wipe the pole down, and they got to wipe the mirror, because the chicks will work that mirror. They'll do that, looking over the shoulder and slapping the ass against the thing. I would gladly take that gig, though, when I was 19
that's
or
the
20.
person I'm interested. I think that person, the one that works putting the pubic hair on the fake genitalia.
Yeah.
I mean, those women are the ones I want to talk to. I mean, what do you tell your family? How much do you get paid? What do you want to be doing?
I have been to the dildo factory before, and
but don't you want to talk to those people? I'm fascinated about who that is.
No, I'll tell you who it is.
Do you have other options? What do you tell you? Did you come to this country planning to be the mop girl at the strip club?
No, they're Guatemalan. The ones at the pubic hair factory, the ones that sew the pubic hair onto the cyber nuts, are the ones. They're like Guatemalan chicks.
They speak English?
Not really, and they could just as easily be working at a factory that made religious candles.
Right.
You know, it doesn't matter to them. It's just something's coming down the conveyor belt.
But is that true? They don't take. I want to know. I want to talk to them.
No, here's what it is. Look, you want $9. You get $9 an hour. We don't need to see any proof of citizenship, and go man the belt.
Right.
That's all. I mean, it's not like, what do they say to their kids? How do they look in the mirror? No, they're desperate. They're getting $9 an hour. There's no questions.
Still would want to question them. You know how they think about.
I'm guessing
any issues with this.
Well, look, if you ever needed a Walkman or an iPod, that's the gig.
The shuffle.
Just stare someone pubes into these cyber nuts. But
the cyber nut shuffle.
Here's the thing. I mean, talk to the guys who are working at McDonald's.
Yeah.
You're getting $5 an hour. You're standing over a hot grill. Your cuticles smell like onions, and you got a sign that reads "Time to lean, time to clean."
I saw that Super Size Me movie over the weekend. Well done.
You like it?
Very well done.
I didn't see it.
It's just
I haven't seen it yet.
Very smart film. Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Well done.
All right. Drew gives it a big thumbs up. I'm almost through a New York Minute, by the way. I get home, I get drunk, I get nostalgic. It's been 6.
What's the first piece of work that I've done that you've actually watched or read?
I thought about it.
No reading, but the movie, it's good. I appreciate that.
No, Drew. But, Drew, I get a glimpse of your genius every night here.
I know. Yes.
For 2 hours.
That's why you don't read my stuff.
I just, you know what I feel? I feel like reading, poisons the mind. That's my feeling. Roger Cross is here tonight from 24 on Fox, 9 o'clock, Monday nights. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Yeah, buddy, it's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Roger Cross here tonight from Fox's 24, Monday night, 9 o'clock. Best show on television. Yes.
Thank you.
So I'll tell you, I go to work with a lot of snobs, and they all, I enjoy it too. Obviously, I'm not saying I don't, but these guys are no soft touches when it comes to the compliments in TV. Because, when you're like Drew, you know how you hate all doctors?
No, attorneys.
No, but I mean, you know what I mean. You're no fan of Dr. Phil. You don't like.
The people that claim to be doctor.
Yeah. When you do stuff, when you write for TV, you just make fun of other shows.
Right. I've seen your buddies. Yeah.
Yeah, they're very, very, very spiteful and vindictive and petty. But the point is, it's not about 24. They love.
They appreciate real good stuff too.
They certainly do.
They
certainly do. All right, go ahead.
Also at 1-800-LOVE-191, I'm looking for people who are hiding secrets from their partner, sexual secrets, and people who have fears or aversions about sexual acts that make it difficult for them. We found out something about Roger tonight in terms of his aversion to the menstrual period.
I can't say
Cannot judge.
No, but I did not say that. I've never done it.
So he's never had the opportunity to do.
One
sort of technicality.
It's the same, yeah.
But anyway, so if you call that number,
didn't know.
We want to talk to some people. I'd lead them for a television program if they're willing to get on and talk about it. We can hide them and shroud them in all kinds of secrecy if they need be.
Yeah, and I think the whole thing about the Menzies sex thing is it really depends on who the blood's coming out of. You know what I mean? They're ones I would make exceptions for, and I'm sure Roger has a short list of gals that he could lift this policy for.
Exactly.
Especially if you knew that window was going to shut and get painted closed, never opening again.
Just you had one shot at it, one opportunity.
Oh, well, in that case, rules were meant to be broken, my friend.
Exactly.
There would be no I imagine no hesitation at that point.
No.
But there are some people in Jamaica that would hestate rather seriously, right?
There are people everywhere that would hesitate.
No, but Jamaicans really have a thing about this. Whenever I've talked to Jamaicans, they always bring that one up.
I don't have a serious issue about it, But I know people here.
You're Canadian. That's all.
Here's the. I'm trying to think of the group. I'm wondering. I'm trying to think of the guys that the culture that would pull that cork the quickest.
We would have no problem with
I'm with you. Maybe the Jamaican guys not into that.
They brought it every time I've talked to Jamaican guys. That's one of the ones that kind of bring. If it comes up on the show or something, they go, "Oh my God, impossible."
Yeah, I understand.
They react like viscerally. They have a reaction to it.
I'm trying to think of the group that would go for it. Maybe the Germans, but maybe the guys from like South America, maybe like
Brazilians or
Brazilian guys.
Brazilian guys, and also I'm thinking like Eastern Bloc countries.
Oh, Eastern Bloc, yeah, just because something warm's coming out of somebody. They put a little vodka in it and drink it. Well, the Eastern Bloc guys are scary. Yeah. Now, not Jews, by the way, ironically. Here's guys, they'll eat cow's tongues and brains and all kinds of crazy livery, gibletsy things, but they'll never get near this thing, which is a weird combination to me. But yeah, I'd say I'd like to check the diet. You show me someone who lives off of papaya and jerk chicken, I'm going to show you someone who's not pulling the plug. Huh. But you show me a guy who lives off parts. You know what I mean?
Right, brains and tongues.
Like a lot of haggis and tripe and that kind of stuff. I'll show you guys into it. Yeah, because in a way, that's just
more of the same.
It's something, and it's a little bloody and a little messy, and the kind of stuff when you hear about. We take the sheep's stomach and we mix it in with the eyeballs, and you're like, Christ, that's the guy who's going to do it. All right, that's what I think. Justin?
Yes.
What's up, Justin?
It's compensation. Let me tell you something. The Jamaican guys are hung, too. They don't have to play that. You know what I mean? They don't need to go there.
No, you're right.
I'm just curious as to how long it takes to recover from a massive stroke.
Ooh.
What do you mean by a stroke? You mean...
I had a major head injury in 97.
97. And
what
so
happened?
You didn't have a stroke. Was your skull fractured, or was your skull open?
My skull was fractured. They did 3 brain surgeries on me.
3. What was it? You have a motorcycle accident or something?
Got in a car with a drunk driver and didn't have my seatbelt on.
Oof. So this really isn't a stroke so much as a
brain injury.
Yeah, brain injury, right? And maybe you had a stroke too, complicating some of it.
I had a massive blood clot on the right side of my brain.
Okay, well, that's not a stroke. That's bleeding. Probably
caused by the curb, not a vessel.
Right. I mean,
breaking.
a stroke is usually thought of as a blood vessel clotting off and the brain tissue dying as a result of the blood supply being cut off. Mm-hmm. There's also something called an intracranial bleed, which people think of as a stroke, but it really isn't. It's where blood breaks into the tissue of the brain. And in your case, there probably was 2 things. There's probably blood under the skull pushing on the brain, and probably like a bruise or blood within the brain tissue itself, both of which do cause brain damage. And so that's not really about recovering from a stroke so much as dealing with the stroke, dealing with the brain injury, and learning to live with that.
Well, what do you got? How's it manifesting itself?
Well, what side of the brain was it on, left or right?
Right.
Okay.
All right, so that does your left side, and what else does it do?
Well, it causes something called anosognosia, which is a left-sided neglect. So he won't see or notice things on the left side. And if we asked him, say, to draw a clock, he'd only draw the right half of the clock. And I think it's a very interesting syndrome. And can you have trouble moving your left arm and left leg?
Most definitely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And some emotional and social cues get kind of screwed up by that. And
if you had to have one side of your brain, well, I know
you want to get the right side because the left is where the speech is.
Left is where the speech is.
So Justin's got the speech going okay.
All right. So
I also
Justin.
have one other question, Doc.
Yeah.
Okay. Due to the fact that I crushed the right side of my face, I'm blind in my right eye now.
Yeah.
And is there any chance I could ever get vision back in that?
No.
No chance, huh?
Yeah, that's nice, Trey.
Hey, I got to answer a question. No, once that is gone, that is gone.
Oh, what about, they're talking about, like, putting something in Stevie Wonder's head and stuff like that. Nothing? Cochlear? What do they call that?
It's a cochlear for the ear, but except for the eye, they've got various kinds of little things they might be able to do. But that's this is disruption of probably not only the track coming from the eye to the brain, but also probably the visual cortex was injured too.
Well, what do you need? You don't need both. Sammy Davis Jr. only had one eye.
Right.
He's the hardest working man in show business.
That's right.
They said
the eye thing you don't need.
When I shattered my eye socket, it put pressure on my optical nerve.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know.
Yeah, the optic nerve is gone.
Well, are you able to work, Justin?
No.
And what do you do all day?
Basically, not a damn thing.
Do you want to do something?
Like what?
Well, I know it sounds, like Pollyanna-ish, but I mean, if you can't work, how about working with other people and donating your time and doing that kind of thing?
I do some of that. I am part of the Every 15 Minutes program.
That's good, because I'll tell you what, all of us, when we're looking for meaning in life, being of service tends to be the most commonly satisfying way to do that.
Yeah.
And when really people are trying to figure out what makes life meaningful, it's important relationships. And for many, that means being of service. And so if you can find a way to be of service, it will make meaning.
Well,
so I agree with
life more fulfilling.
It just makes meaning. Otherwise, what are we here for? What are we doing?
Especially if... Well, wait a minute, I can tell you what I'm doing.
You're masturbating and napping, I know, but...
Right now, I'm only masturbating.
All right, well.
I'm not sleeping now. How dare you?
You'll be taking your medicine soon.
The point, here's the thing. You would, feel much... It's unbelievable how good you feel about yourself when you do something nice. But the other thing is you would deal with people that are in far worse shape than you oftentimes, and that puts things into perspective.
Yep.
You got to look at it this way, and it's in your own... weird way. I don't want to get too philosophical here, but, in a way, a guy like Justin feels robbed. There's quite a few people that you could make an argument, especially in different countries, that have it quite a bit worse than Justin, and for that matter, everyone over a certain age.
Right, that's true.
You don't really think about it. You go, well, he's lived a long life, or she's lived a long life, but everyone 75 plus is probably... worse off in terms of their mobility, what they're able to do, their eyesight, speech, many things. Yeah?
True.
All right. I mean,
aging is devastating.
Yeah. All right. Where were we? So, sorry. Ashley?
Yeah.
You're 20?
Yes.
What's up?
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Okay. Do you want, a quick version of it before, we get into anything?
Sure.
All right.
Okay, basically, I don't get off during sex. I have fun, but it doesn't do anything for me. I don't get any reaction out of it. But
do you have an orgasm with oral sex?
No.
So you never have orgasm?
Well, not with someone else.
By yourself, you do.
Right.
By yourself.
How come you don't do some of that when you're with somebody else?
I don't know. I don't.
Oh, this is where men and women differ.
Yeah. Immediately.
I mean, Adam.
Oh, look.
If you could get at his junk, but you can't get at it. You know what I mean? You're putting it,
there's nothing left to grab onto. It's all gone. It's all used up. Yeah. No,
his old roommate. No.
Yeah. Your old roommate, yeah.
That's the bottle brush.
Once in a while I give him a reach around and, help me a little bit. But here's the thing. If a guy can have an orgasm alone, but he can't have one when he's with his partner, then he quickly incorporates whatever he's doing alone with his partner,
right.
Almost immediately. For chicks, that kind of math doesn't work out.
Yeah, they're like, I just not really, I'm not interested in that.
Well, it's either that or I've tried doing exactly what I do alone. Doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what is that?
Or maybe it's the guy.
Well, that's what she's going to lead into here, I think.
Ashley?
Hi.
So go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Basically, what I'm calling for is... This is so hard. And I know you guys are automatically going to, past, and that's fine, but I was friends with a guy. I wasn't attracted to him sexually at all, nothing. And it was kind of one of those things I just hang out because I felt kind of bad about not hanging out. And I let him stay over because he had to go to class, and it was close because, anyway. And he stayed over. I fell asleep, and I woke up because I heard the little noise when you could take a picture with your phone.
Mm-hmm.
And, that I woke up, but I didn't open my eyes. Mm-hmm. And then I felt him touching me. Mm-hmm. And anyway, it freaked me out, but I didn't say anything, and I don't know why I didn't, but I didn't say anything.
All right, I just froze up. When you say touching you, what did he do?
Well, first it was touching my chest, and then touching me other places.
Mm-hmm. And
did he rape you?
Yeah, all right.
No, we didn't have. He didn't have sex with me. I would have.
Well, what made him stop?
I don't know.
And what does this have to do with not orgasming?
Because I orgasmed.
While he was touching you.
Yes.
Are you a victim?
I know, like, if I report it, it would be. I can't do it.
Hold on. Michael, in the past, had you been victimized?
Yes, when I was younger.
Well,
and I understand there's that, but I'm a pretty smart person. I figure I understood it before. I don't see how it would, like, relate now. Because I'm aware, like, I've already addressed, like, issues.
Yeah, but this takes
place
it's
how you're wired up.
Subconscious level.
Yeah, it's how your body's wired.
And especially for women, because you guys are wired, you're not plumbed. We're plumbed. I got like 3/4-inch galvanized pipe just going right from my sac to my urethra and then back up to my head where my brain would have been. I mean, we just physically have plumbing. It's a mechanical thing. You guys have wiring, very delicate. You're like a British sports car from the 50s. It goes wrong. It rains. It's no good after it rains. It's a mess. And all bets are off.
And here's the thing. Put Ashley on again.
You never know when you turn the key if you're going to get anything.
And the thing is, Ashley, the thing that happens in the human that has not really been sorted out yet, why this occurs or precisely how it occurs, but experiences of terror become converted into arousal and attractions in adulthood.
Well,
so
that doesn't seem very optimistic.
No, you can undo that a little bit with some, very intensive work, but you got to realize that that's you're sort of set up that way. Now, I'm not saying you should go get victimized, but be careful that victimization is going to be highly arousing and attractive to you.
Did somebody come into your room when you were a little girl?
Oh, it was like babysitter's boyfriend.
Doing exactly this.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, say.
But it's not like I don't try. Like, I'm not like really afraid in the bedroom.
Hey, Ashley,
like
Ashley,
that.
it's not.
And I have fun and but I don't ever get off ever.
It's not an intellectual process. It's a very deep biological process, and so you have to have that to sort of find a way to get back in touch with all that.
It's not that deep with me though.
Well, you're plumbed.
No, I mean when I'm with them.
They don't go very deep.
I don't get that deep.
Yeah, I know.
It's just more of a superficial experience.
Yeah, it's like a cut or something.
Yeah, make it to the inner labia every once in a while. Hey, Ashley, get a little therapy for what happened at the hands of the boyfriend. Don't look at yourself as damaged goods.
And kind of work something out with a boyfriend. Work something out. You know what I mean? Just get a boyfriend.
What, you pretend you're asleep?
No. Well, they could act those things out. Then maybe that would be something.
Well, now what about that, Drew? This is the way she's wired now.
Yep.
Now you know that she can get some therapy and she can make some inroads on this, but this is kind of the way she's wired.
Yeah.
Maybe now's the time to role play.
No, that's fine. There's nothing
Is it
destructive
just
about
fine, though, in a way you're sort of recreating a trauma?
It's not just fine because it will bleed into other things and it will become bigger.
Right.
If it's in the context of somebody who's really working on stuff and being managed in therapy and whatnot, then it's probably fine.
Yeah. And with the guy, it's like, yeah, I'm going to pretend like I was asleep. And the guy's like, I was going to do it when he fell asleep anyway. That's fine. I was just waiting for you to go to bed. Done and done.
Yeah, or maybe that's the way they do it. There's some women that like that. They like literally waking up having sex.
Yeah. Nice.
That lack of control, that feeling of powerlessness is arousing.
Yeah. I've been with ladies that were into that, but they never woke up. Yeah. I was just like, I nailed you last night. Oh, really? Because I'm a light sleeper.
I love that, but too bad I missed it.
Yeah. Oh, no. There were other folks in the room. Moved around in positions. You want to see this?
That's a good little wake-up call.
I got to be.
And by the way, this guy that asked you was extra creepy with the taking the camera picture. I mean, who knows where that's going to end up.
The camera thing was a little weird, but yeah. And here's the thing about guys. Guys are great too. It's like, no, we're just friends. Now I got a class.
Here
class
she is.
Nearby. I'm just gonna crash out.
But he knew that she was that kind of a victim, and he knew he could get away with this. And it's interesting that he ended up doing exactly the victimization that she'd had done as a child. Isn't that what's fascinating?
Well,
she found the right guy to do the act.
Here's an interesting thing that nobody, we sort of get into on occasion, quite a bit on this show, but I don't hear it spoken about outside of this studio, and because it's not really science, but what you know and what your brain knows and makes you do. I mean, here's the thing. There's what you sort of know on a cognitive level.
True.
This girl's good looking, or her apartment looks like this, or sofa smells like that. But then there's what your brain starts telling you what to do on a certain level. Now, this guy probably clued into all kinds of tells, for lack of a better term.
And didn't know that's what he was cluing into.
Didn't even know that's what he was cluing into.
He just was attracted.
But his brain, because it had been on the planet for 20 years and looked around a little and been with other victims, was doing, your brain is constantly profiling, trying to figure things out. And his brain said, go with this chick, wait till she falls asleep. Because that wouldn't work with anybody else. Most chicks, you'd start feeling around.
He's probably thinking she's going to wake up, get aroused, and they're going to have.
But why does he take the chance?
He knew he'd get away with it.
He knew he could get away with it.
Yeah, with this one. With this one.
True.
Something told him this is the one.
Because there's certain people who will just like, some guy will grab them and they'll just laugh it off.
They'll freeze up. Right.
Well, they'll freeze. She has the freeze reaction, which is that victimization stuff.
How do the victimizers know the victims?
How do they know?
That's that brain profiling and not even letting us know about it.
And interesting enough, those guys tend to be on the sociopathic tendency.
Yeah.
And how they know, they just do.
People argue that those guys just go around and try to feel up everybody, but their batting average is much higher than that because they'd be in jail otherwise.
Right. True. Exactly.
All right, let's take... Wow, a lot of agreement going on. Heavy, and a lot of yes and not only that, but
sexual secrets and sexual fears or aversions I'm still looking for. So
Roger Cross from 24 in studio tonight. Take a quick break. Be right back after this. Hey, everybody. It's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Cross here tonight. He is from 24. Monday nights, 9 o'clock. Drew decided he liked Roger. I concurred while Roger was in the bathroom.
Well, thank you, fellas.
And even with the detour, he made it here before the mics heated up.
Yeah.
Remarkable.
Total pro.
Yeah.
Well, he's a pilot. He's got to arrive on time.
Right.
Yeah. There you go.
And a good guy, because we're dogs. We just we'll sniff you and decide whether we like you or not. Roger's a smart guy, good guy.
Oh, thanks, fellas.
Got a good energy to him. I don't know what it is. I think it's all the agreeing with me.
That's all you got to do.
It takes.
3.
3?
All right, here we go. Sean.
Oh, no. Yeah, we want to talk to 3. Yeah, you're right. Joe.
Yeah.
28, you have a surveillance job at a casino.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
Sit in one of those rooms with all the cameras, right?
Yeah, basically I sit here and I watch and I make sure nothing goes south.
What are the top 3 things you're looking for when people are gaming, when they're playing? I don't know. And what are they playing where you are, what you're looking at?
All sorts of card games.
Blackjack,
games. Spanish, some poker.
Spanish.
What do you, I don't know what that is. What is Spanish?
Sorry, I'm at work right now, actually.
All right. Guys,
busy talking about it.
See James Caan walk in.
And what are you looking for? Or can you tell us what the tells are?
Well, I can't tell you too much, but what I will tell you is that I'm not just looking for the players cheating. I'm looking for dealers have to deal a certain way. They have to spit the cards out in a certain way. They have to touch the chips in a certain way. They have to do certain things.
That's a very valid point because you got these guys that blow into town, whether it's Nevada or wherever the Indian casinos are. They're dicey guys. They're dealing cards. They're making $18 an hour with some tips. They could easily, they're the guys. Yeah,
or they make mistakes with the chips and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if they after paying out some players, they gotta they clear their hands, stuff like that. So I'm watching to make sure that the employees are actually following procedural stuff.
I just wish we could enact a standard procedure for everything, because like you sit at one casino for a day playing, and then you go to another casino and you're like, hit me, and you're like, sir, don't pick up the cards, and you're like, over the dunes you got no, put the cards down and tap the cards and put a number 2 pencil in your ass. That's how we do it. And I'm like, well, over at the Hard Rock you scrape the cards. But no, don't put, sir, cards down.
And
so
then they're mad and won't talk to you.
Yeah, you got
I don't care about the Hard Rock.
You got the evil Vietnamese chicks giving you the stink eye the whole time because you had the temerity to pick the cards up because you're drunk.
He's watching that right now?
Yeah. I'm just saying, let's go ahead and establish one protocol for this, and I'll learn it, and that'll be it. I'll never get yelled at again at the casino. All right. So anyway, Joe, you're now getting becoming enamored with the voyeuristic tendencies.
Yeah, not by choice. I'll tell you. As I sit here and I got to watch all these people that I'm really not supposed to interact with in any other way, and I've noticed it bleeding into my personal life, and it's kind of bothering me.
Give me specifically what's happening.
You know, I'll walk down the street, and I'll find myself, peeking in people's windows. Or I'll be out on my balcony smoking a cigarette, and I'll just gravitate towards watching what people are doing, 30 feet away in the next yard.
It's your skill. It's your discipline, yeah.
Yeah. It's like when Drew used to be in the gay porn field. You never.
Well, also,
you don't punch out,
or as
so
a physician,
to speak,
you start.
I mean, as a physician,
you start diagnosing
in
and
the gay
stuff
porn.
as you talk to people.
Yeah, you can't. Well, you feel bad. What about us? Everyone I talk to, I have to psychoanalyze and decide that their dads abused them. Yeah.
It's all right, Jai. As long as you're not actually
you're
lurking
fine.
outside shower,
I would start falling in love with people. I'd be up there and be some hot chick sit down.
You want to follow her
I'd
around.
be creating elaborate fantasies around her.
Doing your job.
Oh, then it turns into an episode of Vegas. See her walking out at night to the car. Remember everything in the 70s took place in the car, out in the parking structure at night? Yeah. Chick walking out the car, weird, ominous music. She's looking over her shoulder. All right, we got to take a break, but let me just tell you this. I watched a lot of 80s movies over the weekend, and here's what I realized. We loved the Uzi back then. This is the machine gun, and every guy who got shot, every bad guy who gets shot while he had the submachine gun, turns in the air and sprays.
Yes. That's true.
Always spraying.
Just going down like.
Yeah, somebody decided that this is what happens when guys got shot. Now, it never happens when you have a pistol. You don't squeeze off 30 rounds. But if you have an Uzi, you go in the air and you spray it all over the place. This went on for about 4 years, and now we're off it. But from 1987 to 1991, every guy who had an automatic machine gun who got shot just sprayed 300 rounds into the air. Violently spray. It's like, aren't you dead? What's going on? All right, let's take a break. We'll be back after this. Well, that's it, everybody. Where'd the time go? A positively riveting 2 hours with Roger Cross from 24
and the movie.
Fox. And the movie, King's Ransom. Roger.
Yes.
Great delight. Glad to meet you, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
Don't be a stranger.
Don't be a stranger.
Won't be. It was a pleasure.
We'll take a little extendo break, and until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
This has been Loveline. Loveline. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for Loveline is Annie Gold. Loveline is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.